So this is the eighth video of series Chess Opening Theories, and in this video I will tell you about the theoretical lines of Petrov defense both from white and black side. This we will look with the help of four variations, and let me know in the comment section who is currently the best player of the Petrov defense, and I will give you the hint that he has played and did amazing performance with the Petrov in the candidates tournament 2022. Okay, now let's start and look at the first variation. Okay, so it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight to f6, then knight takes e5, then pawn d6, knight back to f3, knight takes e4, pawn d4, d5, bishop to d3, bishop e7, castling by white, then knight to c6, pawn c4, knight to b4 attacking the bishop, so bishop back to e2, castling by black, knight c3, bishop to e6, bishop to e3, bishop f5, queen to b3, pawn to c6. Okay, so this is the first variation. This is known as the classical attack, or you can say Shigorin variation of the classical attack. And currently it's a little bit outdated, you can say, like not many games are there that have been played recently with this opening, but the main you can say the base of the Petrov is this line only. Okay, here you can see already it's equal for both the sides. Here the game will go in the pretty solid manner, but it can like go into any way. Like all the three results are possible from this variation, and you can see like if the pawn takes and bishop takes, something like that happens, this pawn gets exchanged, white will be left with the isolated pawn, and then the game could turn into a very dynamic state. Currently it's more towards the solid state. Okay, so now let's go back and now let's look at the second variation, and this second variation is very dynamic. Okay, and its name is modern variant. Okay, so it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, and then the move is pawn to d4. Okay, modern attack. So knight takes e4, so bishop to d3, d5, knight takes e5, knight to d7, then knight takes, bishop takes, castling by white, queen to h4, pawn c4, long castle by black, pawn to c5 by white, then pawn g5, knight to c3, bishop to g7, pawn to g3, queen to h3, and you can already see this is a very dynamic line. uh, and here it's queen side versus king side battle, and this is generally what we see in the opposite side castling. Whenever there is opposite side castling, we see that both the players are trying to do a pawns attack towards each other's king. Okay, and this could again lead to like a very like different results, but I would say most probably this could end in one player winning rather than a draw, because it's a very dynamic line, and one player if goes little bit wrong, so it's just going to be over for that. And if you really like to play the dynamic games and your tactics are good, I would recommend you to go for this modern attack. Okay, now let's go back and let's look at the third variant. Okay, so it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, pawn to d6, knight f3, knight takes e4, pawn to d4. Just it's like the first one, but here the thing is the move is bishop to e7. In the other one, we have seen that the move was pawn to d5, but here it is bishop to e7. This is also the classical attack. Okay, then it goes with bishop to d3, knight f6, pawn to h3, castling by both the sides, rook to e8, pawn c4, knight c6, knight c3, h6, rook to e1, bishop f8, rook takes, queen takes. Okay, this is a very solid silent opening, and it's going on, nothing much is going on the board. Both the players are pretty solid, not many weaknesses on any side. You can see white have currently the more influence towards the center, but at the same time then black have this little control over the open file. Okay, so this could again lead to like all the three results. Okay, so this was the third variant, and now let's look at the last, that is the fourth variant. This is also known as Cosio attack. Okay, so it starts with the move pawn to e4, e5, knight f3, knight f6, knight takes e5, pawn d6, knight f3, knight takes e4, and here the move is queen to e2, and it continues with queen e7, pawn d3, knight f6, bishop g5, queen takes, bishop takes, very early queen exchange we are seeing here. Then bishop e7, knight c3, pawn c6, long castle by white, knight to a6, rook he1, knight to c7. Okay, so if you really like to play the end games, so this opening is for you. Already the queens are exchanged. Again, this could end in like all the three results. More possibility is draw because queens are not there on the board and position is equal. So the player with a better endgame skill will have a better chances here. Okay, and it's equal for both the sides. All the four variants you can play, you can try it. Okay, and you have to let me know in the comment who was that player that was able to play this Petrov so well in the candidates to 2022. Okay, hope you have enjoyed this video. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more such videos.